Welcome to our July Roundup. As summer gets underway, it's a great opportunity to reflect on the progress we're making together across Bradford Teaching Hospitals. In this month's edition, we'll be sharing some of the people, innovations and moments that have made a difference over recent weeks.
So today is our Armed Forces Day event. It's about recognising the contribution of our armed forces, our veterans, both our patient population and our staff, and recognising the commitment that they've made and making sure that they get the right support that they deserve.
I think it's just important to recognise what's happened over the years, being where we are now and reflecting on those times in the past when people might have served. It can be quite traumatic to some people. So it's just offering that pillar of support to say that we're here to support each other.
I am a veteran. I was 15 years in the Royal Air Force. I gained a different understanding of life and, how life is about supporting each other. It can be really lonely and isolating when you leave the forces. For lots of reasons. There's all sorts of circumstances that people are in.
I think it's really important to make sure that people are listened to link in and say, we're here, you can reach out if you're struggling, because there's people around that completely understand what you've been through and also can offer that bit of extra support, whether you're worried about financial things, about your environment at home. There is things that we can put in place and areas we can direct you to just to help.
I first started working for the Trust in 2017 and I'd see somebody with a veteran's pin and I'd say, hello, have you served, and at this point I wasn't aware of the Veterans Covenant. And then I kind of asked myself, what support's out there for veterans? And when I made some inquiries, I found out about the Veterans Covenant Healthcare Alliance, and I was asked then if I would like to be a lead on taking that forward.
Being veteran aware at this hospital means that we're offering assurance to our patients. So every patient that walks through that door who is advocated as a veteran, it means that we're offering reassurance. We'll provide our utmost support to you.
There's a lot of work that goes into being reaccredited. It's not given lightly, but yeah, we were reaccredited and I'm really, really, really proud of that. And to work for an organisation that is so supportive of that makes a huge difference as well.
The worst thing is not being able to breathe properly. It's very, very scary. Simple things like walking, cleaning your house, even standing doing your washing up, it tires you out. You can't sleep, you've no energy.
COPD kills over 100,000 patients in the UK every year. There are over 3 million people who suffer from this condition. Bradford Teaching Hospitals and the CRDC led the clinical trials in dupilumab in COPD. Way back in 2020 through to 2023. It recruited 8 participants into this trial, which recruited globally over 900 participants.
I was actually lucky to be one of the first people to get this trial. I became involved, and that was due to having had an hospitalisation.
The results of the trial were so encouraging that it has now got approval through the FDA, the European Medicines Agency, and now NICE for it to be used in our patients with COPD, both here in Bradford as well as nationally in the UK.
So this is a fine example of the fantastic innovative research that's been done in Bradford with the BIHR and the CRDC. The initial trials were held in Bradford, recruited in Bradford, and now we're able to use that data, those fantastic results, to open that to the Bradford population that actually has COPD in much higher numbers than the average UK population.
1 in 3 patients with COPD express a certain form of inflammation within the lung. Dupilumab targets that inflammation and produces great improvements in their COPD outcomes. With this new drug, you reduce hospitalizations and exacerbations or worsenings of COPD by 30%. More than 50% of patients who receive this drug will show marked improvements in quality of life.
So within the second injection, I knew I can walk, I could go swimming. I went from laying on my bed for days on end because I was so exhausted, to not sleeping, not being able to breathe, not being able to walk about, to actually going to the gym, going swimming.
This is the first treatment in COPD in many decades, which has a transformative effect on their COPD journey. In the correct patient, it can improve lifespan, reduce hospitalizations, and also improve quality of life markedly.
I hope you enjoyed this month's roundup, a snapshot of the NHS and its fantastic people here in Bradford. Don't forget you can keep up with all the latest news from across the Trust on our social media channels, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok and Facebook.